Welcome to the deep dive. Today, our focus is on something really critical for anyone feeling, a bit swamp trying to lead or grow a business. We're looking at how small and medium-sized businesses, SMBs, are finally moving past all that spreadsheet chaos. They're using custom key performance indicator dashboards, KPI dashboards, to cut through the noise.
That's right. It's about getting clarity.
If you're running an SMB, you know the feeling, pants to information overload. You got these gut feelings, right? Where should you put your effort? More marketing or boost operations. But the actual data you need, it's probably scattered across, 3 different spreadsheets, last quarter's reports, a pile of old summaries. So you end up making decisions reactively, slowly, just because getting the data together takes a whole day. That kind of paralysis, it's actually entirely avoidable now. We're diving into how these modern custom KPI dashboards offer a visual, streamlined solution. And they're specifically designed to put founders, even non-technical ones, back in control, proactively driving growth.
Yeah, it's genuinely a game changer. And when we talk about a KPI dashboard, we're not just talking about some fancy report. Think of it more like a central command center for the business. It pulls together all that crucial data, financials, operations, marketing stuff into one visual spot, easy to digest. The big shift here is moving from just collecting data to making it instantly, actionable. It takes the guesswork out of tracking performance.
Okay, so let's dig into that. The power of actually seeing the numbers.
To really get why this is big now, it helps to look back a bit. KPI dashboards as a concept sort of emerged with business intelligence tools. We're talking the early 2000s.
Sure.
But back then, these systems were complex, really expensive, and you absolutely needed in-house analysts to run them. So for the first 2 decades of this century, real-time data visualization, that was pretty much only for the big players, the large enterprises.
Right, the big fish. But things have really changed, haven't they? The playing field seems much more level now.
What's fascinating is how this power has become, democratized. Technology, especially things like no-code platforms and flexible workspace tools, has really broken down those old barriers.
Yeah, our sources actually point to platforms like Notion, which, started more as a note-taking app. But its database features are surprisingly powerful and flexible, so SMBs are now using it like a low-cost BI tool.
Exactly.
You don't need a whole data engineering team anymore. You just need a simpler platform that connects your data streams.
And this ability ties directly into sort of the core philosophy of managing a business well. We all know that famous Peter Drucker quote, right?
Sure.
What gets measured gets managed.
Sure, a classic.
That basic truth hasn't changed. But today, with business cycles moving so fast, just measuring isn't enough if it's delayed. If your key numbers are buried in some report that takes weeks to generate and you only glance at it monthly, you're managing in slow motion. The real power of the dashboard is that quick visual access. It turns management from slow reaction into decisive real-time action.
And this isn't just talk, right? There's solid evidence backing this up. We looked at a 2023 Gartner report. It showed organizations actively using real-time analytics dashboards see, a pretty massive ROI.
Yeah, the numbers are significant. They found these organizations have a 22% faster decision-making cycle.
22% faster. Let's pause on that for a second. That number shouldn't just fly by. If you're a lean SMB owner, what does 22% faster decisions actually feel like? It's more than just saving time, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's really about cutting the cost of mistakes. Think about it. You make a bad call, maybe put too much budget into an ad channel that's not working. Without a real-time view, that mistake might run for weeks before your monthly report catches it. That's wasted money, lost opportunity. But if you see that trend visually, instantly, on a dashboard, you pivot, you cut that bad spending right away. You save resources because you stop the bleeding faster.
Makes sense. And there was another stat, too.
Yes, Gartner also reported these companies see 31% higher operational efficiency.
31%. Wow.
Yeah. For SMBs where resources are always tight, that kind of boost in speed and efficiency, that's often the real difference between just treading water and actually achieving strong, sustainable growth.
And achieving it without needing to hire, 4 new people just to handle reporting. Okay, so knowing you can get that 22% speed, that 31% efficiency boost, it makes these newer, affordable service models really interesting. The old barrier was the tech cost. Now, it seems the challenge is more about the application. Our sources mention these accessible services, sometimes offered as a flat rate package. We saw one example, like a $299 one-time setup. That kind of low, predictable cost really does democratize data-driven management, doesn't it?
Mhm.
You're buying the strategic clarity, not just software access.
It really does. And it perfectly explains why those generic off-the-shelf dashboard templates often just don't cut it for SMBs. Every business is unique. Different financial drivers, different operational hurdles. So an effective setup, one that's truly founder-focused and looks at the whole picture, it has to be custom designed.
Right, tailored.
Exactly. Our sources break down 4 key features that define a modern, effective setup like this. First, it always starts with a dedicated strategy call. To get crystal clear on your unique business priorities, to identify the KPIs that genuinely move the needle for your specific situation.
So not just metrics that look impressive, but don't actually impact the bottom line.
Precisely. Vanity metrics are useless here.
Mm.
Second, the actual hands-on dashboard setup, often in a flexible tool like Notion. But it's tailored to your core business pillars. Maybe it's finance, maybe operations, maybe a specific marketing funnel. And this is crucial. The emphasis has got to be on no cookie-cutter templates. If it's not custom, it's probably not that useful.
Okay, makes sense. What else?
Third, thorough documentation. Every single metric being tracked needs to be clearly defined. How is that customer acquisition cost actually calculated? Transparency is key. And finally, a personalized walkthrough video. Something for onboarding, so the founder and the team can actually take it over, use it, adapt it, and grow with it independently.
That whole strategy-first approach sounds like the bridge. It connects the tech side with the actual business goals. We saw some insight from a consultant, Marisa Chang, who pointed out that choosing a system designed for non-analysts is absolutely key. It means the dashboard speaks the language of the business sales, operations, cash flow, not just tech jargon like SQL. It empowers the owner to lead proactively rather than just reacting to problems.
Exactly. They're driving, not just passengers.
But I do wonder, if we push hard for simplicity and these custom views, is there a risk of maybe oversimplifying? Or worse, focusing on the wrong simple things? You mentioned vanity metrics earlier. How does a good custom setup actually prevent those kinds of big strategic mistakes?
That's a really important point, and the common pitfalls are definitely real, like, investing in a generic dashboard that just throws 50 different numbers at you, causing analysis paralysis. Or the classic mistake, picking KPIs just because they're easy to measure, things social media likes, instead of things that show real progress, like customer lifetime value or your cash conversion cycle.
Right, the vanity stuff.
Yeah. The way this modern service approach tackles this is by putting the strategy first. That initial consultation where you define those crucial 5 to 10 KPIs, that forces the leadership team to actually agree on what growth means for them before any data gets visualized. So it acts like a filter. It builds strategic focus into the process, not just displaying data afterwards. It helps ensure every metric on that board genuinely links to bottom line impact.
Okay, that makes sense. It's structure up front. So let's shift from the how to the what. Let's look at some real-world examples. How have these bespoke dashboards actually made a difference for specific types of SMBs?
Yeah, let's get concrete.
Okay, take an e-commerce founder. Before, maybe they waited on monthly or, if lucky, bi-weekly reports from their ad agency. Now, with a custom dashboard, they can see ad spend versus conversion rates versus actual profit pretty much instantly, at a glance.
Real-time feedback.
Exactly. They don't have to wait for the agency to tell them campaign A is tanking. They see it. That immediate view lets them shift budget, double down on winners, or cut losers right away. That speed, that ability to iterate fast for e-commerce where margins can be tight, that's absolutely transformative.
It really is. Or think about a growing digital marketing agency. They're often juggling tons of client projects, deadlines, team capacity, profitability per client. It gets complex fast.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Their custom dashboard could track project status, how busy the team is, revenue per client, all in real time. Now, this isn't just a report card. It lets the leaders see where bottlenecks are forming, maybe reassign work before someone burns out. It helps ensure they deliver quality consistently and maintain predictable profit across all their clients.
That's huge for service businesses. And what about remote teams? That model is everywhere now.
Right, and for remote startups, these dashboards become fundamental for accountability and breaking down silos.
How so?
Well, when everyone's spread out geographically, having a single source of truth is vital. The dashboard can pull together maybe some team morale indicators, critical project deadlines, real-time cash flow all in one view. Everyone is literally looking at the same page, the same map. It boosts transparency and accountability massively.
Yeah, it keeps everyone aligned.
What's really striking across these examples is the impact on just, like, the basic discipline of the organization. Small companies that invest in these focused visualization tools. They don't just save a few hours here and there. They're fundamentally building the operational habits, the muscle memory needed to scale successfully. They shift the whole company culture away from constantly fighting fires after they start to disciplined, proactive planning based on clear, real-time signals. They start embedding the processes you see in larger disciplined companies, but tailored for their nimble size.
So it's less about just buying software and much more about investing in a whole new way of operating, a new structure, seeing the deployment of a custom KPI dashboard not as a luxury item, but as an essential investment in clarity and speed. That's the engine for growth.
Exactly. It's foundational.
So if you're listening and you're thinking about your own reporting or you're ready to actually set up a dashboard system, what are the first steps?
Okay, based on the source material, here are 4 immediate, very actionable steps to guide that implementation. First, prioritize. And you need to be pretty ruthless about focus here. Define just 5 to 10 KPIs, the ones that truly reflect your core business goals. So if your main goal is boosting cash reserves, maybe you focus on days sales outstanding or how fast clients pay invoices. If it's reducing customer churn, track support response times or satisfaction scores. Fewer, clearer metrics mean management focus. Don't try to track everything.
Makes sense. Keep it focused. What's number 2?
Second, clarify ownership. A dashboard is useless if it's just a pretty screen nobody acts on. Every single metric needs a clear owner, a specific person or team who's responsible for moving that number in the right direction. And you have to set up review rhythms, mandatory ones, like maybe discuss the dashboard briefly every Monday morning. Make it routine.
Right, accountability. Okay,
Third, and this really drives that speed Gardner talked about, commit to review. You or the metric owner need to engage with that dashboard regularly, at least weekly, maybe even daily for some metrics. And then, this is key, immediately make small, data-driven adjustments based on what you see. The value isn't just setting it up, it's in the constant tweaking and learning.
Continuous improvement, basically. Got it.
And the last one.
Finally, maybe the most practical rule. Insist on simplicity. If it takes you or anyone on your team more than, say, 60 seconds, 1 minute to find a key number in your dashboard or to understand what it means, the design is failing. Push to streamline it, make it clear, cut out the clutter. Clarity always wins over complexity in a useful dashboard. That 60-second rule is a great benchmark. Okay, so what does this all boil down to for you, the SMB owner listening? It really means that the kind of disciplined, growth-focused operation that used to require huge expense or a dedicated data team, that's no longer out of reach. A well-designed, custom, strategy-driven dashboard turns your complex business reality into an easy-to-read roadmap, one your whole team can actually follow together.
It puts the power back in your hands.
So, wrapping things up for today's deep dive, the key takeaway really seems to be that setting up a tailored KPI dashboard isn't just about tech. It's a strategic mindset shift. It's about ruthlessly cutting through the data noise, focusing on what truly matters, and making it visually accessible. Doing that sets your entire team up to make smarter moves, and as Gartner found, potentially 22% faster moves together.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. If visualization really does cut decision-making time by 22%, what's the hidden cost of not having that system? How much growth are you leaving on the table? How many resources are wasted because of those delayed course corrections? So we'd encourage you, try applying that insist on simplicity rule tonight. Look at your current reports or systems. Can you find your single most critical business metric in under 60 seconds? If not, that delay, however small it seems, is likely costing you precious efficiency and maybe even growth potential. It might be time to simplify the